Sorry guys, the last video can only be uploaded to them that much content. Maybe YouTube was cutting it short. Now we will continue from where we have left. So Della, being slender, had mastered the art. So we have already seen about this family's condition. This we have come across the characters of James Dillingham Young and Della Dillingham Young, and how Della has sobbing. She is sobbing and howling with the thought that she could not buy anything good for her husband for Christmas, as she had only been able to accumulate $1.87 after months of saving from her family grocery and vegetables and all. And she how she loves her husband, how this family have been suddenly, they are suddenly being they have suddenly been subjugated to live into this life of misery is something we have all come across. Now we'll start from here. Della, being slender, had mastered the art. So the last time I was telling you that yes, Della had Della had adjusted to the life of a poor husband. She has no qualms, no complaint, but rather, whenever her husband comes home, she is the first one to open the door and greet him with all hug and love. The love between the couple have not reduced an inch, though their financial condition have reduced a lot. Suddenly she whirled from the window and stood before the glass. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color within 20 seconds. Rapidly she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length. So, what does she do? She suddenly comes in front of the mirror and then she looks into her reflection, and then what she does? She opens her hair and stands in front of the mirror. Now there were two possessions of the James Dillingham Youngs in which they both took a mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. Over here, we are being told about two possessions, two family possessions of the Dillingham Youngs. There, what is there? Firstly, it comes to Jim's gold watch that belonged to his family heirloom, that first belonged to his grandfather, then his father, and he had got it as it had been passed into him as an heirloom. The other was Della's hair. Della possessed a very beautiful hair. You are going to see in the next illustration, in the next page, that she possessed a very beautiful hair, something that is exorbitant, something that is very beautiful, something that is otherworldly. Okay, had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, Della would have left her hair hang out of the window some day to dry, just to depreciate Her Majesty's jewel and gift. Now, in the very corner of the illustration, the last illustration you see, this is the Queen of Sheba. The Queen of Sheba was the queen of the Middle East, and she possessed very beautiful jewels and gemstones, and she was extremely proud of her possession. Okay, and when she had come to know about King Solomon, the one at the left hand side is the illustration of King Solomon. When she have come to know about the wisdom of King Solomon, she wished to come and meet King Solomon. See, in the middle of the illustration, you see that King Solomon is meeting with Queen of Sheba, and when Sheba came to meet King Solomon, she had gifted him a lot of riches. Had King Solomon been the janitor with all his treasures piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed just to see him pluck at his beard from envy. So here there is a comical contrast drawn between the possessions of Queen of Sheba and Della and King Solomon and Jim. This is being this thing, this is very intentionally done by O Henry, because he was being given the task to write the story for a Christmas newspaper, and he had intentionally brought in the stories of Sheba and Solomon for because it is more related to the theme of Christmas, and he found it rather funny to contrast these two people with the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, who were extremely rich and powerful at that point of time. So this is a relation drawn between them by O. Henry, just to bring out a sort of ironical situations, irony between the couple and Queen Sheba and King Solomon. Now this is very important for your chapter as well, because you are going to get questions: who is the Queen of Sheba, who is the King Solomon? I will give you answers, don't worry about it. Just for the explanation sort, I am telling, this is Queen Sheba, and the right hand portion of the very right illustration, on the illustration on the very right hand is Queen Sheba, and on the left it's King Solomon. So here we are being told, the readers are being told that yes, Della and Jim, they both possess extremely prized possession. First is Jim's gold watch, and second is Della's hair. Now here, see, I told you that you will find the illustration of Della's hair. Her hair was extremely beautiful. It was extremely big and long. Okay, and it looks like brown water, brown waterfall. You will come across this when we read the text. I have given you two illustrations to make you understand how beautiful Della's hair was. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. Now Sadman had been asking me, what is cascade of brown waters? Cascades are nothing. They are they are the waterfalls that falls from step by step. So Della's hair was something like that. It seems like it was brown water falling step by step, and it is a cascade. You can see in the illustration how beautiful her hair is. It's deep brown and it's falling in cascade. That means it's rippling and it's wavy and it's so beautiful. It reached below her knee and made itself almost a garment for her. And then she did it up again, nervously and quickly. Once she faltered for a minute and stood still while a tear or two splashed on the worn red carpet. So she quickly again, she had untied her hair. She quickly tied her hair up, and then she stood for a moment looking into her reflection, and suddenly two drops of tear appeared on her eyes and came down from her cheeks too, and fell onto the worn red carpet below her feet. On went her brown wool jacket, on went her old brown hat, with a whirl of skirts, and with brilliant sparkle still in her eyes, she fluttered out the door and down the stairs to the street. So suddenly some ideas have struck her, and then she hurriedly got ready, wore her old brown jacket and old brown hat, and then she left off from a home and came down, running down from the stairs, flight of stairs to the street, and she appeared on the street. Where she stopped, the sign read, Madame Sofronie, hair goods of all kind. One flight up, Della ran and collected herself, panting. Madame, large, too white, chilly, hardly looked the Sofronie. Will you buy my hair? Asked Della. So she came running across the street, and then where she stopped in front of a shop named Madame Soprone, and it's written on the this name board upon the shop. It reads like hair goods of all kinds. Now this is not very common in here in small cities, but if you go in big cities, mainly cities which have its own film industry and theater industry, you will find this wig shops are there who actually buys hair. Okay, and then they make wigs and different other hair extensions. These are very common in this big city. So this is a kind of a shop that where Della comes and ends up. It's written over here, Madame Sofronis and hair goods of all kinds. Then quickly Della runs up the stair, and she finds herself face to face with this woman called Madame Sofrone, who is extremely big and white. She in no way looks as very soft as Sofrone. And then Della asks the question, will you buy my hair? I buy hair, said Madame. Take your hat off and let have a sight at the looks of it. Down rippled the brown cascade. So here you see in the left hand illustration that yes, Madame Soprano says that yes, this is my work, this is what I do, I buy hair. So let's take off your hat, let me see what I can get of it. And then she observed the hair with her professional fingers. $20, said Madame, lifting the mass with a practiced hand. Give it to me, quick, said Della. And hence The woman, this Madame Saffron, she declares that yes, I will give it to you. I will purchase your hair on behalf of $20. And Della quickly said, give it to me. And then what she did, Madame Saffron chopped off her hair. You can see in the illustration on the right hand that on the right hand side that what she does, she chops off Della's hair and then she hands over $20. So this part was the first part of the story. We will continue in the next part of the story on our next video.